Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. I'm your host, Adam, with Adam's Exploits. I see the chat is filling in nicely already. I want to thank my moderators for being here and helping out. I see Miss Kimmy. I know Kathleen is here, and I'm assuming Michelle will be here shortly. My be-all, know-all moderator that if you ever need a lifeline on any kind of game show, you want Michelle as your lifeline because she is a wealth of knowledge. So just say hello to a few people and let the chat fill in the notifications that go out. I know YouTube's been a little wonky lately with their notifications. So say hello to a few people, and then we'll get into our special guest of the day. There's my friend Destiny. Destiny, I hope you're doing well after you had your staples out. I had mentioned you to our guest earlier, what you went through and how you were at the Dollar Tree when this all happened. And so hopefully you got your staples out and you're feeling a lot better. So I see Craig, I see Jennifer, I see, of course, Kathleen, I see Tracy. She sells my shoe. Kimberly, Anna's here. There's Michelle. I see her now. All right. So if we have any questions, if Mike doesn't know the answer, we'll ask Michelle. So I did allude to my guest. So I guess we'll give it about another 30 seconds, guys, and we'll get started. So basically what I do, you guys, know my channel. If you haven't followed me, or if you do follow me, you know what I do. I try to bring in the various resellers, and last week I had Sandy on with the jewelry, just Sandy, and I bring people on that are experienced in different aspects of the reselling business, and I try to bring on people that are very experienced. Actually, I mean, I've had Casey on. I talk about Casey all the time, Rockstar Flipper. And my guest today is Requiredfield, and he's like the guru of the local sales. I mentioned him when I had Casey on. It was funny that he was in the chat actually. He popped up in the chat. But basically, what he does, I mean, he'll explain it. But he sells things locally. Typically, he sources locally, and then he just marks them up and he flips them, and he does a great job. And has people come to him, which is really neat. I mean, he literally says, I mean, he'll tell you, but he'll say, I'm at such and such a location, and he'll meet them out in the parking lot. So with that, we're gonna roll in. We'll go into let me try this. I'm playing around with my Hangouts here. Make sure if I can do this right. And we'll present our guest to everyone. So whenever you are ready, sir, you should be up. Mr. Knight Requiredfield, welcome to the Adam Exploits channel.
Hey, now it's Knight with flippingelectronics.com. So I've been reselling for ever since let's call it 2001. So I've been reselling for like decades. I call it decades. I used to be on eBay back in the day when you used to be able to put like 1 million pictures in every single listing, and you used to be able to do HTML. I used to make listings and sell wholesale lots and put up 1,000 pictures in every single listing and actually sell full finished businesses back in the day. I mean, this is like a long time ago. This is like 20 years ago plus. But so each listing would be like a full business inventory, and I used to sell. I used to run auctions for like tens of thousands of dollars. It used to be like, believe it or not, I used to have like listings end for like $50,000 and $60,000. But so I would just take wire transfers and then ship everything to everybody. But after I stopped doing that, after the bad economy of 2008, then now I just flip single items. I have everyone bring items to me. But anyways, so if you want to find my channel, you just go to easy peasy knight.tube to find my channel. All I do now to pay the bills is I just buy stuff locally. I source locally. I put a lot of ads out for people to come to me and bring items to me, so that I can sell those items on eBay and Amazon.
Okay, so why don't we get a little bit into your background, and we'll share as much as you like. You're in California, I understand.
Yeah. I am in the state of Southern California.
State of Southern California. Okay, it's a different way of life. Were you originally from California?
Yeah, California, Southern California, all my life.
Okay, cool. Now, what's your background as far as career? When did you get into reselling, and why did you get into reselling?
So, the thing is that so back then I think right out of high school I got out of. I think I've only. What I like to tell people is that I've been unemployed for 20 years.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote unemployed for 20 years. I worked for Disneyland. I worked over at Disney California Adventure right when it opened, and I actually I was in there with like all the like weird celebrities came in. Like we had Jack Nicholson come in to the ride to the building I was working at, and it was funny because he was holding a drink over at the ride, and
An alcoholic drink.
Yeah, and like celebrity or not, we had to like not let him in. So I think one of my buddies didn't want to let him in. I was standing right there. He didn't want to let him in, and he goes, "Well, I'll go on a different ride then." That was like the last real job that I've ever had. So I've been unemployed since then. So right after that, I started actually just selling small stuff that I had, and almost immediately, my buddy and I started buying up collectible stores, and so we'd get the entire inventories of like collectible stores or also computer stores, and all across the country we put out ads on magazines. It was like it's so funny, like thinking back then, like 20 years ago, like using magazines, using like all the old school stuff, and so we used to put out ads like for people that wanted to sell all their inventory. And we actually used to buy out closing businesses, and so we would just put that all together, and I would sell it all together. But then, like I said, after I did that for many years, and like that's how I kind of made my little fortune that I had. But then after the economy of 2008, then we stopped doing that, and then so now all I do to kind of just pay the bills, I kind of live off what I have, but like to pay the bills, then I'm just buying and selling electronics, and I did it, and I figured it out to do it the most efficient way possible. Like I really don't want to go outsourcing. I really don't want to be listing 5 million things. And so the thing that I wanted to do was find the fastest and most efficient and best way to find items and to sell items. And that's what I do now.
Now, how did you decide you want to get into that? I mean, from buying, closeouts of stores, liquidation, and then deciding to get into this small electronics and, we call them smalls. Like I said, they're not smalls because you're selling Dyson vacuums and whatnot. But what made you decide to go with that avenue?
So, in an effort to find the fastest way to do things, I figured that the fastest way to do things is to buy the most popular products, and the most popular products and the most popular items is to sell is stuff that people have that is on commercials on TV. And so like I knew to buy phones, I knew to buy iPhones. I was flipping phones. Sometimes you see people flipping phones. I was flipping Motorola Razr phones, like back when they first came out. I flipped the first iPhone that came out. So when GoPro came out, I sell a lot of GoPros. I sold a lot of the first GoPros that came out, like when people would buy them and then leave them on their shelf and never use them. They go and take them to the beach one time. Spend $1 million on one GoPro, take them out to the beach one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Take them out one time, and then like they want to just they want to get rid of it. They want to sell it. And so I knew
$500 on this thing, and it's just sitting on the shelf collecting dust.
What did you get? What did you picked up a GoPro?
No, I didn't. I'm just saying they did. They picked something up for $500 and it's
exactly.
collecting dust.
For sure. Yeah. So
they're happy to get whatever they can get for it.
Yeah, for sure. And so I put out ads. Here's what I do. Here's a long story short of what I do. So now what I figured out is that I just put ads out on Craigslist looking for electronics and looking for the best way, the best electronics, the most popular electronics. And I put ads out. I put wanted ads out for each item that I want to pick up, be it GoPros, be it iPhones. And then people will actually message me with their items for sale, with their GoPro sitting on their freaking shelf for, the last year. And then they'll sell it to me. I'll cut them down to half price, and then I'll sell it back on eBay.
So how do you determine, again, we discussed this earlier before we came on the air, how do you determine what you sell locally and what you put on eBay?
For sure. So everything. So Adam, I'm looking at the thing, and it looks like the camera's only on me the whole time. I don't know if you want to put it.
Yeah, I can try to make it back for that on you because I figured I was interviewing you.
Oh yeah, for sure. No problem.
Just switch back and forth.
No, so I mean, I list here's a lot of things that I list locally. I list a lot of the larger items. So like if ever I get let's say a Dyson vacuum, I buy a lot of Dyson vacuums. A lot of times also people will get gifts, and sometimes they'll be pretty expensive gifts. And then sometimes they will already have that item, or they'll have something that already works. And so a lot of times people will like tell everybody that they want a Dyson vacuum for like their birthday or for some wedding present or whatever, or like a moving present, and they will get, let's say they get 2 or 3 of them. And so then what the heck are they going to do with, the extra one? They're going to sell them to me. And so I'll take these big Dyson vacuums, and I don't really want to ship it. I do ship big stuff online if it's like crazy, but like when I buy stuff, I'll come right through that door and I will immediately list it locally on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist even. I'll buy it off of Craigslist and I'll list it back on Craigslist. And then so a lot of times the local stuff, the stuff that I sell locally, and you'll see my videos a lot of times, like part of my YouTube channel is that I'll record myself selling things online and I'll put that on YouTube, and it'll be people buying my items. And so a lot of times it'll be the large items that I sell back locally. But then if it's a small item, if it's like a GoPro, if it's like a home security system, if it's like a iPod, I do a lot of iPods, a lot of Apple products, then I will put those products, I'll put small stuff back on eBay and back on Amazon. If it's new sealed, I'll definitely put it on Amazon.
New sealed is Amazon. If it's used and like new whatever, you list it on eBay typically if it's small.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when how do you determine? I mean, is there some kind of secret sauce, let's say, to determine what the hot items are? You say you watch TV to see what the hot items are. How do you determine? Everybody knows that GoPro 7 Blacks are hot right now. Vacuums are hot.
Basically, if the company has advertisements out, then they're actually advertising for me. And so like all the stuff that I have, there's already advertisements out for it. And then also, obviously that those items, there's such an abundance of it. I mean, there's such an abundance of iPhones, there's such an abundance of, Android phones, there's such an abundance of the GoPros and all that kind of stuff and all these popular electronics. And so I'll put out ads for all of those items all the time. I mean, that's pretty much how I determine what ads I want and what stuff I put out is like the most popular things of the time. And then the reason why I do that is because they sell fast. I don't got to hold on to stuff. I say no to death piles. No death piles at all. Just say no to death piles. I list stuff instantly. I list stuff fast. And that's how I figure out what I want to buy and what I want to pick up and what I want to sell.
Now with the cellular phones, a lot of people are hesitant, including myself, to get involved because depending upon the people that you're dealing with, you don't know if it's stolen. I know there's websites that you can check the IMED number.
Yeah, you check the IMEI. So here's the thing. I mean, I do keep on bringing up that I sell phones. Here's the thing. So I actually don't recommend beginners sell iPhones right now, because it is unless you like get a course or unless you follow a channel that talks about it or whatever. Then I don't really recommend to people that follow me to buy the iPhones. I'm just bringing it up as like popular items to sell. So iPhones like I do pick them up, but I actually recommend people to buy other popular electronics that don't have any issues, any drama. A lot of times iPhones have like, what you're talking about is like iPhones they're financed, or a lot of times like, people pick them up.
They have money on the contract because they bought the phone on payments and they never paid off the phone.
Yeah. So actually,
only available on certain networks. I mean, I purchased my iPhone at the Apple store for that reason. Like, I didn't get it financed because I bought it at Apple. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, probably 90% of people probably buy the phone by financing through the carrier.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So actually, so as far as like teaching people to buy and sell stuff, like that's really all I talk about. I talk about iPods, don't have that kind of stuff. I talk about just buying straight up electronics like the GoPros and the iPods and the Dysons and things like that.
So if I wanted to see, I mean, and I'm assuming that most of these things are national brands. It's not like something that's popular locally, and you're not going to get involved, I guess, that much with like these toys that are the flavor of the month, so to speak. You're getting things that are very popular and continue to be popular. So let's say if my viewers or myself wanted to decide what do I want to get, how do I determine if I want to run ads on my local Craigslist to source things, how would I decide what I should run ads for?
Yeah, I mean, so to make the way you want to decide how you want to make wanted ads is just like the most popular stuff that's being sold. I mean, if you go to any store and see signs for stuff, if you see like major, what is it called? When they make the big production or the big product displays for things.
Right. So walking like to a Best Buy or something and see what they're displaying and what they're featuring.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of how you determine if they have a mass display in a retail electronics store. You know, it's a hot item.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, and I'm assuming you'll see commercials on TV. I probably don't watch a lot of TV, and most people don't anymore. They have Netflix or whatever, or watch YouTube. But I guess it's another option of what's popular.
Indeed.
Okay, now I'd asked you before before we started the show about the various local apps and how you determine which apps are better. My understanding is Facebook Marketplace is pretty much popular everywhere in the States.
Yeah.
You say you do OfferUp and you do what, Letgo, I think you said?
Yeah. So OfferUp is my favorite. And so what you want to do, so here's my favorite thing to do. So I go into Craigslist and I just make the wanted ads. And so here's the thing. So I have my website. You go to flipping, it's all free. You go to www.flippingtraining.com and it shows how I make ads on Craigslist with the pictures, with the way that I show you a quick video on how I make the pictures on there, how I list the title and everything, asking people to send me their stuff or to come by and show me their stuff. So Craigslist is my number one favorite, and I'll make a new listing for every single piece that I want. And then also you can do Facebook groups. And so what you need to do is you need to have your area, whatever county you live in, and you go to you put your county name and you put what is it called? You put your county name and you put buy, sell, trade, and you join those Facebook groups. And in those Facebook groups, you can put in ads, you can put in postings, say, hey guys, I'm looking for GoPros, I'm looking for Fitbits, I'm looking for Dysons. And then people will actually go on Facebook and they'll see your listing and you'll put your phone number in there. And then, if you're afraid of putting your phone number in there, just get yourself a Google Voice number. I was
going to ask you, that was one of my questions. Do you use a Google Voice or do you use like a burner phone? I guess most people use probably Google Voice, right?
Yeah. So I use Google Voice because that's what I've had for a long time. And then I also have a separate phone number attached to my account, but that's just because I do like a lot of ads. But all you need to do for beginners is just go in and get yourself a Google Voice number, so that you can if you are out or if you are you can tell Google Voice to stop not accept any calls after 10 p.m.
You want to explain that to the people that aren't familiar with Google Voice? What the app does?
Yeah. So you go into I think it's just search Google Voice in Google, and then you can sign up for a phone number in your county. And what it will do is that you'll get a new phone number, and it will forward to your phone, so that you don't have to worry about giving your phone number out or answering phone calls. And you can also, in all these ads, by the way, I know a lot of people these days, it's like it's 2019. A lot of people don't love answering the phone. You can just say text only or text me. And so what you'll do is you'll just put text this number, and it'll be like it'll be a separate number from yours. So you'll feel nice and safe with it. People will be able to contact you, and then people can also email you. Or on Facebook, if you put ads on Facebook groups, then people can, if you don't even have to put your phone number, people will just message you. And so, that's pretty much how Google Voice works. But on the groups, you make up ads, and people will just be able to message you with stuff that they have for sale. And if you put these popular electronics, they're popular electronics because everyone's got them, and so people will be able to contact you and sell you their leftovers, whether it's used or new. And I get a lot of new stuff. It's like I put in my a lot of my videos in my course that like people don't realize that people get gifts and they buy stuff for themselves and they don't even open it. I think I got the GoPro 7. All my videos are on my GoPro 4 Silver. I actually bought the GoPro 7 and I myself haven't opened it. And so people have all this new stuff laying around, and you want them to sell you that new stuff so that you can sell, so you can pay half price. They just want to get rid of it. And then you're able to just sell it on eBay for a huge profit.
So how do you determine your margins? You say you want to pay about half of what the suggested retail is?
Yeah, obviously you want to get them down as low as possible. But when someone spends $300 on a GoPro, here's one thing. I don't really I don't really believe in garage sales or thrift stores. I just want everyone to bring their stuff to me. I don't want to drive around to all those different places. And so the thing is like though I am jealous at the amazing prices that people get when they find amazing stuff at thrift stores and things. But obviously no one's going to sell you their brand new sealed GoPro for like $5. But so the goal, my goal is at least to like get them down to half of eBay. So what you'll do is you'll go to eBay, you go to the eBay solds, then type in the item that it is, and then find out exactly what take about maybe 3 listings, and then average those together, and you want to pay half of that amount. And you'll be surprised. People think, I think a lot of people are afraid to offer less money on stuff because they think they're going to get yelled at. But like, you'll be surprised at what people are willing to take for stuff. And so my goal is to at least pay half of what eBay sold is.
Now, do you have a special technique as far as bartering? I know I had Jay on, Jay Craft, which is Bolarama. And he does a lot. He does a source like you. He sources at flea markets and swap meets, you guys call them,
right?
Garage sales, et cetera, et cetera. And he never tries to make the first offer. He always has at least 2 or 3 offers from the seller. Do you have like a special technique that you use when you're negotiating?
Yeah, I mean, like, so in my videos and in my course, I talk about like all my negotiating trips. But obviously, we don't have time for that right now. But so what I do, like, long story short, is that I really, what I'll do is I will ask them, what are you, what do you want to get out of that? So I will ask them first what they want, what they want to do, like how much they want to get out of it. And then, so no matter what they say, so I'm only asking that just in case, they want nothing for it, just in case they want like, just to get rid of it, like $40 for like a $500, piece or whatever. But I'll get at that. But then the long story short, I will only pay what I want to pay. And so they'll tell me what they want, and I'll tell them, I can offer this for it. So there's really no, all you need to do is be confident.
Is that your bottom line? Is that when you say I can pay this, is that your bottom line, or you're going a little bit lower than you want to be?
So what do you mean?
When you say, what do you want out of this? Let's just say they say 100.
Oh yeah. So
well, I can go $100. Is that really what you want to go, $100, or you'll go 125 and you say 100?
Yeah. No, I mean, so I'll let them know that that's what I want to do. And usually, so I guess another quick tip is that it sounds horrible, but I'll just ignore them. I'll ignore people. So I'll tell them that I want to pay this amount. So let's say I say, what do you want to get out of it? And of course, a lot of people, sure, they will, respond with eBay price. And I'll say, well, hey, I pay $100 for this item. I pay $100 for this item. So once, and then like, even if they flip out and even if they like, freak out or whatever, then I'll just let them know that, I pay $100 for this item. If you change your mind, then let me know. Because a lot of times then they'll sit on it and they'll list it themselves and they won't be able to sell it. And then another thing that I say is I'll say like, have you tried to sell it yourself? They'll say, oh no, like I'm contacting you first. And so a lot of times they'll try to sell it like on Craigslist or OfferUp or whatever for eBay price, and they won't, and they won't get it. And so then they'll come back to me. And so what I'll do is like, I'm just constant with my, just I'll pay this amount and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean that's what I admire. I've never been good with that, the bartering, going back and forth, and trying to beat people up on price.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll offer a price, and I'll try to get a little bit lower, and then if they come high, I'll offer another price, and if they don't respond, I'll just walk. Well, I typically don't do what you're doing. That's why I want to learn it. But like say at a yard sale, something I want to, I figure I can like triple my money on something, and they got it at $10. I figure I can sell it for 30. I'll offer 5, and they'll come back with 8. And I'll come back with like 5, and then they'll say, I said, okay, and I just walk away.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually work. I mean, occasionally people say, oh, okay. But I mean,
I'll tell you the trick. The trick is like this. Now, the trick is like this. I have so many ads out and I have so many people coming to me. Like I have so many, hands out there, like, reaching for items and ads out there, is that like I can walk away from stuff. And so the reason why that I'm so like set, I mean, yeah, sure. Like if someone's like really hard about it, like if I say 100 and like they're like right there, like at 120, and they're just like on 120, then like, just $20 for something that I can sell for like, 200 or, 200 something. then yeah, sure, I'll pay it. Like I'll go up a tiny bit, but like I really don't. I have so many ads out there, and I have so much stuff out there. Like you want to everything that you want to do, you want to do 10 times that. And so like if I tell you put out ads, and everyone that's watching this right now, they try to put out like one ad. You go on the Craigslist and you say, hey, I want to buy Apple iPods. You watch my video, you go to flippingtraining.com, you watch my video, and you make your own ad. I want to buy Apple iPods. And you put the picture up, and you put your phone number up, or you put your email up. And if someone messages you back and they're super hard about it, then I just buy the item at $100, and that's it.
Okay, that's another thing. You and I had spoke earlier about Steve and Steph, how they were doing a lot of local sourcing. Yeah. Now you say typically, you could use your Google Voice, but you do that you want people typically to text you and message you. Is that how you typically set up the deals?
Oh yeah, I mean I think I've gotten two. I've gotten one text right now, just on this video right now. I've gotten one text of someone messaging me about a Fitbit, but so I'll just set it up, and I say you can call too, but like people will just text me all day with their stuff, and then
especially the millennials and the Generation X, they don't think okay.
Yeah, I mean that video, that viral, what is it called? That viral news story. It's like a fake news story, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it, but like it says millennials are ruining the doorbell industry by texting here. So yeah, no one wants to get on the phone anymore. Everyone wants to text and stuff, and so yeah, I just have everyone text me.
That brings to mind. Do you do much with the Ring doorbells?
What's that? Oh yeah, no, I love all the home security stuff. Like I buy a lot of home security stuff all the time.
Does that flip pretty quickly?
Yeah, I mean, like so that stuff. I mean, geez, like they have ads. All the especially with all the all the porch pirates out there, like stealing freaking packages off the thing.
Yeah, I love that. The guy put the bomb and then the gas. I don't want to call it. I don't want to say the word, but try to keep it P-rated. But past gas smell.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I love that video.
There's
like,
a great
get rid of it. He threw it out the car.
There's a great video of like a dog. There's like a dog like grabbing a package off of someone's porch that was caught with a nest thing as like a sponsored ad or whatever. And so yeah, I definitely buy a lot of those for sure.
So that's another item that you look into.
Yeah.
So like I said, you flip the Dysons locally. You do typically new smalls on Amazon. You do and you don't really buy like used. Do you get involved at all in this kind of?
Yeah, I do. I mean the best stuff.
What's the one with the wheel on it? The
iPod Classic.
Classic, right?
Yeah. So I mean I do buy used. What's funny about used is like so I tell everybody no death piles, but I actually do have like a box of like used electronics, and so I do buy that stuff. I mean, if it's like something that's solid that you're not gonna have any problems with or whatever, then yeah, of course, like I'll buy used. I'll buy a lot of used GoPros because a lot of times people like will upgrade to the next one, and so like I'll definitely buy the used items, and I'll just throw it on eBay. I don't recommend anyone putting used items on Amazon, especially right now. It used to be great back in the day, but for anyone watching right now, there's a lot of drama with used items on Amazon. Amazon's asking for a lot of invoices on stuff that came out like 6 years ago. And so like, I definitely throw that stuff on eBay, and I actually have like a huge box right now that I need to, even though I preach no death piles, I do have a big box of used electronics like iPods and GoPros that I do need to list on eBay. But I really shoot for the best stuff that sells the fastest.
Now, we had discussed earlier about what you list on Amazon. We discussed about this issue coming up with invoices on Amazon, and Amazon's making a big stink with established sellers that have been on the platform for years and years and years and requiring invoices. What's your thoughts? Can you elaborate a little bit on that for the people that are watching?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, part of my thing about selling stuff efficiently, the most efficient way possible, the fastest way possible, is to do also sell stuff and buy stuff with the least drama as possible. And so definitely I pretty much only sell or list my new sealed stuff on Amazon. And then the only thing that I always check the groups. I always search Amazon FBA. It's Amazon FBA where for anyone that randomly doesn't know, it's stuff that you send all your items to Amazon in a gigantic box, and Amazon will sell the items for you. But a lot of times the problem is that the brands that owned the brands that own those items, that have copyrights on those items, will tell you to stop listing it, or they'll give you drama selling on Amazon. And you don't really want to get, Amazon's such a big marketplace that you don't want to get suspended, or you don't want to get in trouble on Amazon. And so I personally only sell new sealed items on Amazon, especially stuff that I do get receipts for. Let's say that someone sells me a gift or something they bought and they still have the receipt. I'll always ask for a receipt for it, or if they still have it, so that I can put it on Amazon and make more money than on eBay. So you want to be, when you list stuff on Amazon, I put stuff only as new sealed. I don't sell any used. And then if the company does message you, I will either immediately sell it. I'll drop the price to like eBay price and sell it immediately, or I will pull that item. So if you want to start doing Amazon FBA these days, you need to be very, very careful. Only sell the best stuff. And if anyone messages you, or the company messages you, then it's not worth losing your Amazon account, in case you want to do something big in the future. And so just sell it fast, or pull it as fast as you can.
So you do 100% with Amazon. You do FBA, guys. Again, like mentioned it, but FBA means fulfilled by Amazon. So like you said, you put it in a box and you ship it to Amazon, and Amazon warehouses for you, and basically puts it on their website, and then they sell it. I guess you're careful not to intermingle your inventory, right? So I hear horror stories about things are broken, and then you had sent back somebody else's whatever electronics, and yours is brand new in a box, and theirs has opened or whatever.
Oh no, yeah, I never commingle anything. I just
commingle, yes.
Yeah, I never commingle anything.
I've learned from watching the various YouTubers.
Yeah. I mean, one of my buddies who does a ton of Amazon, his roommate, he does commingling, and he'll just send in like the most complete junk of all time. But if you commingle with him, then you will be selling his junk. So you definitely don't want to be doing that. You want to be selling only your items, labeling only your items.
Right. Now, when you have people come to you, and like I say, you have a price set. So and that was the other thing I meant to ask you, as far as we got kind of off track a little bit, as far as when you're texting back and forth. And again, I'm going back to things that I've seen, and I've watched videos of people that they're doing what you're doing. Do you have any kind of technique that you use as far as setting up, make sure people show up, so to speak? I mean, a lot of people. I mean, you literally don't leave your complex. I mean, you literally come like the next building to you. Most people will say, "Okay, well, let's meet at so and so." Like when I had Casey on, when he first moved to Florida, he didn't have a car, so he would ask people where they are, and then he would figure out what the what the distance was, and no matter what it was, the halfway point was always the gas station right there from him.
Yeah, I think I tried that on a couple of people, but I'm no fan of like tricking people to come. I just tell them to come to me, and I guess I haven't really talked about that. One of my big things about being the most efficient possible, and running the most efficient business possible, running the most clean business possible, is that I make everybody come to me. Like I'm not. So here's the thing. I'm gonna admit something to you right now, Adam. I'm hanging out in this apartment. I'm hanging out in my underwear all day long, Adam.
I noticed you didn't have shoes on. I mean, I have socks on. I don't have shoes on.
I mean, you don't want me to stand up right now. No, so I have everyone come to me. So like I really don't want to be. I don't want to be hunting for things. I don't want to be doing all that kind of stuff. So I actually, with all these ads that I put out, like I let people know that if they want to come get money, if they want to come get cash from me, then they need to come to me. And so because I'm here, I'm trying to work on other things. I'm trying to grow other things. I'm trying to grow another business or whatever. And so like what I do is that I just have everyone, whenever they're available. I have so many ads out, and I have so many people contacting me. Like I'm not really desperate. Like you need to have so many, so much stuff out there that you're not really desperate for items, or you're not desperate to make money. I have people I'm able to sit back and let people come to me. All I do is I go down, I showed on my YouTube videos. I just walk down the stairs. I walk down to the parking lot over here. I tell them to come down to the gate, and I'm able to just buy stuff right on the spot. And the way that you do that, I know like sometimes it's like it's called a limiting belief. Like a lot of people, it's a limiting belief that you can make people do that. And I know that I've heard people say that trick, that tip, to like pretend that you live farther than you do, and have people drive, close to you, and you're pretending that that's the halfway point. But I'm not a fan of, I'm not really a fan of lying about stuff. So I just tell people, whenever you're ready, like I'm available right now.
Okay, you're locked up. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're back. Okay.
Okay.
If I sidestep a little bit. I'm
for sure. And so I'm just the tip is to just be confident about it. Like there's no other way that you're going anywhere. It is impossible for you to go anywhere. I don't care if you have 5 cars. There's no way that you're going, and the only way that you're going to do business is that people will come to you. And so
I was going to ask you that if somebody says, "Well, I'm not coming to you," say, "Fine, so sell it somewhere else. Get your money somewhere else. I got cash money. Come to me."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if someone says no, then I mean, I'll save their number, and I go through my text once a week, and anyone who I didn't meet up with, I'll text them back. But anyone who says no, then I'll say, okay, fine. And then what will happen is that I have so much business coming. I have so many ads out that I've got someone else coming in 20 minutes. So I don't care. And so all you do is just like act as if you can't go there. Act as if you can't meet. And so like, it's easy for me to say, I guess I live in an apartment. But if you live at your house or whatever, and you don't want people to come to your house, you can come to your front door, then you just have them come to the exact closest Starbucks right next to you.
Right.
And just tell them to meet there. And here's a tip. Long story short, if anyone says, can you meet here? Can you meet me? Can you drive it? Can you deliver it to me? Can you meet this way? Can you meet in this city? Can you meet at this Denny's, this Starbucks? You say, I can't. And that's it.
So it's always you set up the meetup spot, and you always set up. Yeah.
It's only me. It's only what I say. And
then they could have
they want money. If they want cash out of my pocket, then they'll come get it.
Yeah, I mean, especially since you're offering cash. I mean, you don't want to go somewhere and guy says, "I'll meet you at such and such place," and you don't know if they could have their buddies, hiding around the corner, and you got cash money on you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's the other thing. I mean,
crazy world we live in. I mean, you hear stories.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. I mean, so even if people aren't comfortable coming to like this location, I'll just have me at the leasing office or at the computer office or the dog park and stuff. I mean, yeah, like obviously, I tell beginners, meet during the day. I tell beginners really to just meet at the Starbucks. So just like meet at the closest Starbucks
during the day. Don't even have to do it at night, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't take chances. Like, don't mess around. Like, don't be. I always also preach. Everything I do, I preach. I say, don't be desperate for money. Even if you do have a bill to pay, act as if. Don't be desperate for money. And if you act that way, then you will make more money. It's like a weird one of those weird things. Like, if you act that way, then you will make more money. And so if someone like is begging you to come to like the one next Starbucks over, just say like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, if you want to come by, like I'm at the Starbucks right here. Let me know when you're coming, and I'll meet you right there. And that's it.
How often when you have people coming to you, obviously you don't want to, I'm assuming you try to schedule people coming to you. What's your procedure as far as like texting them? Do you have like certain thing? You text them the night before, to text them in the morning, and do you have any kind of like set system that you use?
Oh yeah, I mean the thing is like and then also I see what is it called? Borderline hoarderish.
Yeah, borderline hoarderish, right?
There's, like I said, no death piles hoarderish, but no, I see borderline hoarderish. Meet at the police station. A lot of times, like with the Craigslist transactions and the Facebook Marketplace blowing up now, and the OfferUp, that's the other thing you can do is like meet at the police station. And there's like, I mean, even if I wanted to meet at the police station, it's like right down the street. But no, so what did you ask? Yeah, so like just make
have a system. Do you say, okay, this guy says,
oh yeah,
to my home. How do I make sure this guy's going to show up? Do you have some kind of a?
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, to explain the reason why I do this, I mean, I hear all the time people like, going like even if they do drive an hour and the person doesn't freaking show up.
Exactly.
That's half the reason why I do this is because humans are humans and they'll act like that. But for me personally, I don't really care. I'm Adam, I'm over here chilling in my underwear. So like as soon as they text me and say they arrived,
throw on a pair of shorts and a pair of sandals, and you're out the door.
I just get dressed, full suit, full tuxedo, and then I'll just go downstairs and they're right there. But for you, I mean, for anyone that doesn't, if you live in a home or whatever, you don't want them coming to your address, then yeah, I mean, you just
like Starbucks to meet up.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, you just be listing items, and that's the thing. So wait till they say they're on their way or they're like 10 minutes away. Then you just go, you get in your car.
15 minutes away.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. So you let them know. So if you're meeting at Starbucks or whatever, or Denny's or whatever, then you just tell them, let me know you're on your way. Let me know you're 15 minutes away. Let me know you're 10 minutes away. And then you just, once you know that's happening, then you go down to that place. And even if you have to wait a little bit over there, then just have your phone ready, have pictures of your items ready to go. And then you're sitting there in Starbucks and you're just like listing the new item you bought a couple hours ago on OfferUp. You're listing the new item you bought yesterday on Facebook Marketplace while you're waiting for the person. And then if they don't show up, I mean, give them like, whatever you feel like doing, I got to give them 30 seconds, but give them 10 minutes, 15 minutes to show up if they're late. And then you sit there listing stuff, you're doing work, you're making money, and then that's it.
But you're selling a lot of stuff locally, so you could do things on your phone while you're sitting in the car waiting for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you're, I mean, even if you have to drive far, no matter what you're doing, even if you have to drive far, even if you have to if you're just hanging out, then always make sure you have your here, let me start over again. That's why when I get into this door and I have items, I don't put them in the pile. I instantly take pictures of them. I instantly start working on them, because even if you're not going to list it today, then you'll have the pictures ready to go on your phone. So whatever you're doing, if you're bored out of your mind, or if you're waiting for someone, or if you're picking up your kids, or if you're at the DMV, guess what? Your items are on your phone ready to go, and you're listing that stuff on OfferUp, you're listing on Craigslist, you're listing on Facebook Marketplace, you're listing on the eBay app. You're ready to go. You're working all day making money.
There was a question by Kathleen, my moderator, about your storage, I guess, because you have such a small apartment. We discussed earlier. You want to get into that a little bit? Oh,
yeah. So, I mean, I myself, I just have so at the apartments, there's storage units inside the apartment. I've seen a lot of people's death piles, like in their guest rooms and stuff. And they just it's literally, I mean, death pile is like a funny word, but it's literally like a pile of stuff. And you don't really want to do that. I mean, if you're starting out selling stuff, I mean, even if you've been doing it for years, you need to just you need to have shelves. Like, go to Home Depot, go to Craigslist, buy used, go to, I think people think that shelves cost a ton of money. On Amazon, on eBay, free shipped. There's like shelving units, like plastic shelving units for like $20, $30, $40. My storage unit is like, it's on a different floor of my apartment, but, and actually I knocked on 3 doors next to my storage unit because it's like far away from my apartment, and I actually steal someone's Wi-Fi for my storage unit so I can like watch YouTube videos while I'm shipping. But anyways, for storing your items, make sure you're shelved up, make sure that everything's easy access, make sure that you're able to grab everything. You don't want to make you don't want to make things harder for yourself. That's why I do things the way I do. That's why I list stuff. I try to list stuff instantly. I have people come to me. I'm not hunting for things. I try to make everything as easy and the most efficient as possible. So, don't let stuff pile up. Don't make a mess of your living room. Don't make a mess of your guest room or even your own bedroom. I've actually seen people with like larger houses. They had like items in their bathroom, like they had their guest bathroom tub and shower full of stuff. You don't want to do that. Always be thinking of the most efficient way to do things possible. Like, don't make this hard on yourself. That's one of my mantras is like, don't make this thing hard on yourself. Just do everything as fast and efficient as possible.
As far as pictures, do you get involved at all with special presentations or lighting kits or anything? Or you just use your smartphone and that's it?
That's another thing. I mean, so like so I have my, I don't know if where can I see myself? I have the kitchen lights here.
Right.
When I come in, I just put stuff on the corner right there, on the corner of my island right there. I got the white walls in the background, and I'll just picture the item instantly. I hear about all these, you know, you have the photo studios, you need to set everything up. Like, just make everything as fast and easy as possible. And I love Amazon for that. I mean, Amazon, obviously, they have, like, you know, everything's already done. You know,
Right.
you have all your stock stuff. But and then in my video, you go to flippingtraining.com. I buy an iPod, and I just take I don't have it here. It's in the closet. I have an example. So I have so I do own a photo studio, but I don't use it because the photo studio takes way too long to set up. But the photo studio comes with a backdrop that you can use. And so I took that backdrop. It's not this. This is like a placemat, but I took the backdrop. I bought the iPod. You can see in the video. You go flippingtraining.com, sign up. I send you the video. I buy the iPod. I walk right in the door. I grab my backdrop like this. I put it down. I just put it down on the table. I put the item on. I got these big windows right here with nice lighting, or you can use your kitchen lighting. You know, just wherever you go, you know, next to a window, big kitchen lighting. I put the item down, picture, done. And that way we can, like, you know, we can avoid all the death files. And so you want to do everything as fast as possible. Like sometimes doing it the best way or doing it like super professional is just going to make you hesitate. So like a lot of times doing it perfect is going to make you wait. And the thing is like, I've seen a long time ago, I had this, I had like this gigantic Lego set, like a transform Lego set, and it was used. So like the guy was already made. And so this is like, you know, 15 years ago when I did use my photo studio. And so I had my photo studio. It was all set up. The freaking Lego guy was all set up. It was great. And I took the amazing pictures, and it was like perfectly lit. My item was still up for sale, not sold. And I was like searching to make sure if I had the right price. And someone else's nasty, dirty picture in their dimly lit kitchen sold before mine. So you just want to make sure that you're just like, so, and it took me a minute to set that photo studio up. And so you just want to make sure that you're just doing stuff fast. It doesn't matter if you're, if the thing's not uplisted, it's not going to sell.
Yeah, if you don't list it, you can't sell it.
Yeah. So
Michelle, moderator, told you want to have her as your lifeline if you're on your own TV show. She says local buyers sometimes think that perfect picture is a stock photo, and he has to see a real picture.
Oh yeah. No. So for local, I don't do stock photos. I mean, if you list stuff local, like on Facebook Marketplace, and use a stock photo, you don't get in trouble. So yeah, I mean, for a Dyson or whatever, I'll put it in the corner over there, and I'll just like turn the lights on, and then just I'll picture it right away instantly.
Right. Okay. Well, I told I was going to ask you this. Where did Knight Requiredfield come from? Is that your given name?
Yeah, I cut my intro. I cut my intro short a little bit. You know, I go by Knight Requiredfield on the internet. My government name is Matthew Knight. Stand for my middle name is Knight. Long story short, back in the MySpace days, I had my full name on MySpace back in the day, and I had a nice young lady messing with me and stalking me and messaging my friends and messaging my family. And so, so I had to delete that account. And so and then when you hear all the stories of the you know, the teachers that post up funny pictures of their vacation, you got the teachers posting up stuff of their vacation, they all get fired and stuff. And so I had to think of a different name to put up. And so I put up Knight, because I do go by, for the longest time, I go by my middle name. My middle name is Knight. Right. And then it said last name. And I was like, what am I going to do? Make up a last name? Come on, this is like ridiculous. And it said, this is a required field.
Okay.
So it's been Knight Requiredfield ever since then.
Oh, that is.
So it just stuck. It just stuck.
How about that? I never thought of that in 1,000 years. It's a required field. I got you. Okay. Okay, I always ask this, and we'll get into towards the end. We're pushing 50 some minutes, so I like to give it an hour. I know your time's valuable.
Sure.
I always ask this question for whomever I have on. I know you use the local apps, but are there any kind of websites or apps that are unusual that you use that you might think might be beneficial to the viewers?
No, nothing crazy. I mean, when you start talking about like unusual apps and stuff, like then I start freaking out. I start freaking out, Adam. That like it's not the popular stuff, and it's not stuff that's going to get things done as fast as possible. So the reason why I put ads up on Craigslist, even though like yeah, with all the Facebook Marketplace and the offer ups and stuff, like Craigslist is still the most well known app and still the most well known website, and so people will definitely find that. I've heard that a lot of times, and I talk to my guys in my group and stuff that, over at flippingelectronics.com, I talk to my guys in that group, and a lot of times different counties and different areas and different states will have a more popular app in that area. So like, I'm talking about the OfferUp app, Let Go, I think Close 5, 5 Mile. In my area, OfferUp is the best, Let Go is second. So I put up a lot of stuff on Let Go. And
even over Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, and then Facebook. I mean, geez, Facebook Marketplace is the best for everybody. And if you want to put ads,
that's why yes, right.
Yeah. So Facebook. So if you want to make ads on Facebook Marketplace, I've started, and this is like a whole thing. I can't really get in. We don't have time to get into it right now. I've actually started to make paid ads for electronics on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm actually going to be doing some videos on my YouTube channel about that. Like actually making paying for ads, and it's cheap. Like you don't got to be Coca-Cola to make ads on Facebook Marketplace or on Facebook. You make ads, you make your business page, that you're buying stuff, Joe's buying store, Joe's electronics or whatever. And then you make ads saying, hey guys, and you just tell them in my zip code, I'm buying all electronics. I'm buying used electronics, and people, it's like it's not a pawn shop. It's like a pawn shop. People can go buy things from you. And you make ads for that. I've started doing that a lot. I'm going to start talking about that, and it's really cheap. I mean, like I said, you don't got to be like a huge company, huge corporation to make ads on Facebook. You can spend, if you want, $3 a day, $10 a day, and you'll have 10, 20, 30 plus people messaging you with things for sale, and you can do that.
$10 a day, you'll get 30.
Yeah. What's that?
You'll spend $10 on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah.
10 to 20.
Yeah. You spend $10 on advertising on Facebook on Facebook with your business account, and say, hey, I'm buying it. I'm buying stuff. I'm buying everything. To everyone in your zip code. You can choose your thing, and there's just so many ways to advertise. My favorite is Craigslist. It's easy. It's free. It's fast. It's immediate. You can pay if your ads get taken down on Craigslist. That's a whole nother story. If your ads do get taken down on Craigslist, you can pay like $3 and have it stay up for 30 days. You don't got to worry about it. You can do the Facebook. You can put on Facebook. I think people think that advertising on Facebook takes $1 million, but put $10 on, and you'll have all these people messaging you. Hey, oh shoot, oh this guy's buying stuff. Oh God, I got this GoPro right here in my drawer. I'm gonna go sell this guy my stuff. And so I do that. OfferUp is a little more difficult. You take an item and you put like some cash. You put some cash behind it and say, hey, I'm buying phones, or not phones. I'm buying GoPros. I'm buying this. I'm buying that. You put some. 1 second. You put some cash behind the item, and you say I'm buying this. I'm buying that. Whatever you want to buy, you put it there and say you're buying the item, and people message you. You put that on OfferUp. If Let Go's better in your area, you put on Let Go, Close 5, 5 Mile, all this stuff.
Two things that came to mind. Do you use business cards at all when you're dealing with people so they can get back to you? They just follow you on the various apps.
Oh yeah, for sure. So since I started doing Facebook Marketplace, then I have a website that goes right to my business Facebook page, and so you just set up the. So yeah, I do the business cards on there. So anytime I meet people, and I have a lot of people bring me like more stuff, and I'll give them like 3 cards. I don't give them 1 card. I give them 3 cards.
Right.
Yeah, because then they give it to their friends, they give it to their family and stuff like that. And the email, it's really simple. Just search how to forward your website to a different site. And so like my website is like whatevername.com, and then it'll go to my Facebook business page. And it'll show that I'm buying stuff and everything like that.
Okay. And actually, I asked about business cards. Oh, as far as the I mentioned Steven's stuff before, and if you bump ads, is there any kind of like process that you use to get your searches up higher, your listings up higher?
Oh yeah, so with Facebook, you just you either so with Facebook groups, and I don't know if I made that clear earlier. You join those Facebook groups and you make those ads for something.
Yeah, I don't know if we remember if we talked about buy sell trade. I know we discussed it earlier, but
yeah, I did for a second. So yeah, you put in your county name or you put your county name in buy sell trade. You search for that. You join all those groups, or you can even make your own for your county. Then you can make your own groups so that you're totally in control, so you don't got to mess with any admins in there. A lot of times, maybe you should also message the admins of those groups to ask if you can put ads looking for things to buy to help, and you let them know you're helping out their community. So I'll put those ads in for the for the Facebook groups. You're able to put those in. You're able to go on the Facebook groups, and then also for the the Craigslist pages, you just put those ads in.
okay. Let's just see if we have a few questions, and we'll wrap it up, and we'll get into your website and your YouTube channel, and let you speak about what you would like to promote as far as your channel and your website. Sure. Michelle or Kathleen, were there any questions that we may have missed? Or guys, if you have questions and you didn't type them yet, like you can run for like just a few more minutes, and I would like to tell us all about his YouTube channel and what he has in the works and his website, et cetera, et cetera. Any question, guys and gals?
So I'm peeking through the chat for the first time right now. I see everyone talking nice.
Scroll up to see if there's anything we may have missed.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I mean, a lot of times people mess with me.
Somebody says Marrakech says Craig used to be free, now $5 per. What does that mean? Are you saying you have to pay for insertions?
So Craigslist is free, and you can put them up. But sometimes if you have competition in your area, then they'll flag your ads. Like let's say people are especially with the whole iPhone thing, there's competition in the area. But so the thing is that I'll buy I'll buy other electronics. Like people don't really think about making ads for other electronics, and so I'm fine. But what they're talking about is that if your ads do get taken down because your competition flags you, then you can pay like $3 or $5 to have your ads stay up. And so no matter how much people flag you, then it will never go down, which is great. I mean, it's
like flagging insurance.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. And so like a lot of times, like my ads will be so random, like there's no competition for like the stuff that I buy, and so I'll be fine. But what you'll do is you'll if you do need to do it in your area, then I mean, like imagine like shoot, I go over to bars every weekend, and like I'll find a $100 bill, and like believe it or not, I'll find like a $100 bill once a year in TGI Fridays bar all the time. And so that $100 bill that I found on the ground, or let's call it even a $20 bill that you find on the ground, that pays for all my ads for the month or all my ads for the year. And so like it's really not that big a deal to pay for ads. So imagine if I paid just $3 to have my Craigslist ad stick. If you're getting frustrated that your ads are getting flagged or taken down, you just pay that $3, and guess what? Someone messages me 1 week for even if let's say I just have one ad, someone messages me one day for a GoPro and I buy it for $100 and I sell it on eBay for $200. And I just made 100 minus whatever the fees are, whatever. And the next week another one, next week another one, next week another one. So don't be afraid to spend money to make money.
Right. Okay, one last question. I'll get into, like I said, what you're doing, your YouTube channel, and your website, etc. I guess this is more of a generic question. Kathleen says, "Do you still use your website or just eBay, etc., or is it all the same?"
What do you mean? Oh, to sell?
Yeah,
stuff?
I'm not exactly sure of that question, but
yeah. So I'm selling a lot more on Amazon now because like Amazon's like letting me sell like a ton of brands, and so I'm selling a ton of stuff on Amazon right now. Like really. Well, again, for anyone jumping in right now, only sealed stuff, only good stuff. I always search the brand and Amazon FBA on Facebook so that I can see if anyone complains about that brand. And so if I can't do that, if I can't list on Amazon, which is very easy by the way, then I'll just throw it on eBay. And then, like I said, if it's like a huge item that's like 20 pounds or whatever, then I'll walk in the door and I'll instantly list it on Facebook Marketplace and offer up.
Okay. And the other question was, and this is good. I'm glad I told you Michelle's a smart person. She said, "Are there any brands to avoid that you might think that are do well and that you should, maybe they break easily, or you think they're pretty popular and they're not popular? There's a name for it. I know there's Bolos and there's another name, No Nos or something. What they're called? Are there any brands that you should
Yeah,
avoid?
I mean, as far
as electronics.
Yeah, I mean, as far as brands to avoid, yeah, I mean, as far as brands to avoid, I mean, the way you find that is you go on Facebook and you search Amazon FBA and you search that brand, and then you'll see if anyone's complaining. But otherwise,
Do you
on
use
eBay,
rankings at all to determine?
what's that?
Do you use Amazon's rankings, like sales rankings?
Oh yeah,
determine?
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like, so the way I do rankings is that if somebody brings me like a car full of stuff, then yeah, like if there's, it all depends on category, and
You'll scan it and see where it's ranked on Amazon.
Yeah, so I'll scan it with get the
All right.
Amazon FBA app, the Amazon Seller app, and yeah, like I mean, if something's crazy, like a million something rank and stuff, then I'll skip it. But a lot of the stuff that I buy, because I make ads for such popular stuff, then I will, a lot of stuff is under 100,000 whatever ranking. But yeah, like if I want stuff to sell fast, and so yeah, if anything's ranked on Amazon FBA, Amazon has rankings for each item. And if it says on the app, if it says like 1 million plus or whatever, then you're going to want to consider not picking that up.
Okay, why don't we get into what you're doing as far as YouTube, your website, et cetera, et cetera. And I know you have the free group, and you have a paid group as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm trying to do more. I've filmed a lot of stuff for my YouTube channel, but I haven't taken the time to edit it. And so what's funny is that like I really only post a video like once a month, but I got a lot of crazy stuff happen, a lot of crazy stuff coming. I had this lady, so a lot of times I film my antics of my reselling journey, and so I had this lady buy an item, and she told me that she did not get it, and she was adamant that she didn't get it, and I was telling her tracking shows delivered, and it ended up that I was arguing back and forth with her, and she actually received the item. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I had it, and I've been using it this whole time. So I got a video coming out with that. I found this guru. I found a guy that's selling stuff, and he was like faking meetups. So I got a video coming out on that. You're gonna want to watch that drama. I don't know. Everyone loves a drama video. This guy was like I assume allegedly faking meetups, and so I got that video coming. I got a ton of videos of me selling stuff. I go down. I put a GoPro on me. And I actually film myself selling things and buying things. So I got a lot of that coming out. I do a lot of tips and tricks, like when new eBay stuff comes out, when the new updates come out, or we're switching over to Aiden now, and PayPal is going away. I got tips and tricks with that. I have a big video with Pirate Ship, and so Pirate Ship and eBay shipping has changed, so I got that coming. So yeah, I'm trying to put out more than one video a month, Adam. So follow me. Subscribe. I'm posting a ton of stuff on Instagram, and go over there, check it out. And if you want to see how I make all this money, how I make thousands per month, then just go to, I really just did this to help people. So I really just want you to go to flippingtraining.com, www.flippingtraining.com, and I show you a video from start to finish of how I buy all free, how I buy an item, list it, and then sell it. So go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, my PayPal is going away in 2020. So
Yeah,
it's a slow process.
I guess I see someone's comment here. It's not really going away. It's just that eBay is making their own payment system.
Well, they're not going out of business, but eBay is eliminating PayPal. They are going to offer them as a payment. They originally said they were not going to accept PayPal.
Yeah,
PayPal
exactly.
will be mentioned in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
They're using a what is it, a Norwegian company, I think, Aiden or Adian or Adian or whatever it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah, managed payment service.
Exactly.
Okay, do you have a paid group as well? Are you doing that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if anyone wants to get crazy and join the team and join the group, and we're talking about stuff all the time, and I share a lot of my bulldos. So I would love. So here's the thing. I would love to post up everything, but I mean, if I post up like my craziest bolos on like a big giant like 100,000 person group, then like no one's gonna find it, and then I'm not gonna find it. And then so like the thing is that I used to be addicted to like going on the Facebook groups and like messaging people and like and responding to comments and stuff, but like those people would go away. And so anyone who wants to take reselling seriously and not just like try it out for 1 week and then go away, if they want to see exactly how I make thousands per month, how I do all of this stuff, all my bolos, all the stuff that I really can't share in like humongous groups to like ruin it, then you go to flippingelectronics.com. But I really just want everyone to go to flippingtraining.com. But then once you want to get crazy, you want to join the team, check out flippingelectronics.com.
Very good, sir. And I love the name.
Yeah, for sure.
Field required. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to close this. I think the means just eBay, right? Yeah, basically eBay is going to accept PayPal, but PayPal used to process all eBay's payments. Now eBay is going to integrate it into their own system and are using Adyen to process it. So I don't know the technical workings of it, but basically PayPal will no longer be processing eBay payments. Adyen will be, but PayPal will be an option. So you can pay through PayPal and it'll just get processed through Adyen. So that's what's going on. So,
but yeah, Adam, I mean, we still got people watching. I'm still hanging out and stuff. I mean, how are you? Let's interview Adam for a minute. How are you sourcing stuff now these days?
I had the death piles that you spoke about.
See, you gotta be working on them. You gotta be listing. I mean,
no, you're right. And I mean, I discussed a lot on my channel that the reason I do reselling is because I have some medical issues, and
sure.
I told you earlier about my allergies has been kicking me in the butt, and so it's it's not an excuse, but I got to get in with the program.
Let's just make sure we're listing one thing a day.
Well, that's the problem I have now, because when it was before the spring update, when they didn't have the good till cancel requirement for buy it nows.
Yeah.
What I could do is I could go in, I could tweak my ad, my listings, lower the price, maybe include free shipping or something,
right,
and then sell similar.
Yeah.
So I still do that a little bit, but from my experience, I'm pretty sure that eBay has pulled that bump up with Cassini, the search engine. So when I'm selling similar, when I'll see something is expiring for the day, and I'll pull that listing down, and then I'll sell similar, I don't get any action at all.
Yeah.
And limited experience.
I'll tell you how to fix that.
For me?
Yeah. I'll tell you how to fix that. I mean, all you need to do is just get your Google Calendar. Even though eBay is like forcing everyone to do good till canceled, just go on your Google Calendar and set yourself a reminder to go through and set that as like stone. Like when your Google Calendar reminder comes up, check my listings, check my prices, check my stuff. Like you will drop everything and make sure that you're checking everything and make sure everything's good, titles are good, prices are good, so you can keep on selling. So even though eBay took that away, then you are you're fixing that. You're fixing eBay taking that away, fixing it for yourself by making yourself have a reminder on Google Calendar to go in and fix your own listings, and make sure that everything's looking great and selling stuff and prices are great, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
No, you're right. You still have to edit your listings, but again, this is just my personal experience on a limited, what's it been, 2 months or a month since they've been doing this. I think that they pulled the, when you sell similar, I think they pulled that out of the Cassini algorithm, because I'm selling virtually nothing. Again, I've been listing a few items. I haven't been listing, 3, 4, 5 items a day. So I have to get in there, listing 5 items a day, every day. If I do 10, 5 still in the drafts.
Yeah, for sure.
And use those. But and it's my own fault. I mean, I tell people all the time, do as I say, not as I do. I say list or perish on eBay.
Right.
If you're not generating new listings on eBay, basically they can ignore you. I don't care what your price is.
Yeah, either get yourself a calendar.
Sorry?
Yeah, either buy yourself a calendar, buy a calendar, or print out a free calendar. And if you got a goal of 5 per day,
I put a couple of those $1 whiteboards.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And so put an X for that day. If you get to your 5 listings, and don't lie to yourself. If you get to your five listings per day, you put an X in that day, and you can see. And you know, once a couple of days goes by, you're going to want to put that X. You're going to want to list that item. No death files.
Make yourself accountable.
No death files, Adam.
Yourself. And you need to get hyped, right?
Yeah, hyped.
All right, guys.
For sure.
I want to thank Knight for joining us. And again, he does things differently than a lot of us do, and he's extremely successful. And he, like I said, he has systems in place that make himself more efficient. So again, I want to thank Knight for being with us, and I love how he got his name. I would like to thank everybody for being here. Thank my moderators. You guys did a great job. And again, just a reminder that I have other videos up with other resellers, from Casey the Rockstar Flipper to jewelry sellers such as Tanya, April, Thelma. I have Jason Deason on here. I have Jay Craft. So there's a lot of videos, guys. So if you're watching a replay, there's plenty of little gems and nuggets, tips and tricks that you guys can look at. So again, I want to thank everybody, and I'll use my prof sales closing. Good sales to you, and see you in the next video. Take care, guys.